Good morning. Here we have Andy Gwynn today, and Andy actually has a very, very special new product he's about to launch to the market. Now, Andy has been in the LinkedIn and, well, the whole property investing space in the UK for how many years?
Oh, now you're making me feel old, Tina. 21 years ago, I started as a business coach, but I also work closely with a lot of your audience will know Simon Zucci from Property Investors Network. Great friend of mine. I coached him as a client way back 20 odd years ago when he had one network meeting, and he now has about 50. So I've done a lot of coaching with him for property investors, property and developers. But then I niched into LinkedIn in 2010. So that's been another nearly 15 years of helping largely property investors and developers, but obviously all sorts of business owners get more business out of their use of LinkedIn.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so could you just tell me in about, I don't know, 1 minute, what it is you're actually launching and why you're launching it?
Of course, I can. If we'd have spoken pre-COVID and probably 7 or 8 years ago, most of my work was I've got a 3 month coaching program. Let me take you through week by week everything you need to know about LinkedIn, how to get your profile powerful, and all of the different things you can do as a property investor developer to predominantly find cash investors. Could be deals, could be whoever your ideal contact is. So what I did at the beginning of COVID was I put that into an online course for a bunch of reasons. A, I was locked down. B, I didn't want to take on lots and lots of one-to-one clients. C, it meant more people could access it, the content, more people could get the results more easily, more cheaply.
Wow, that's amazing. So now what is this that you're just about to launch?
We've called it LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors, so Limpy for short. And the reason I've niched into that, I've said I've had a big network within the property. I invest myself. I know the property environment. I've coached hundreds of property investors on how to use LinkedIn to get the results they want, predominantly get cash investors. And property investors generally have the same three or four key obstacles, key concerns, things they're not sure how to do. So I've just made the examples of the types of people to find, answering how to position your profile. Often you've already got another job or you've got another business. I call property investors schizophrenic because they're obviously got
Yes,
uh,
it's so
they've,
true.
they've often got two
Yeah.
couple or three multiple streams of income. How do we position all of that if I've got my job and I'm new into, or not even new, but I'm into property investing? So I've answered those property specific questions, concerns, and topics within the course. The online course suits any business. I've just made the examples property centric.
That's amazing. I was going to ask you why it's so special. I mean, but we kind of just covered that, but maybe there's a little thing in there that stands out.
I think there's a couple of things. One is that I get the same three or four things from property investors. I had someone the other day and I went, let me stop you. I know exactly what you're going to say. It's this. She went, how did you know? I said, because you're the same as hundreds of other people over the last 15 years. Let me show you how to do it. Let me challenge the way you're looking at it. For some people, it's I don't like social media. Let me distinguish why I think LinkedIn isn't just social media, it's a little bit of it, but it's the most powerful tool in the world to find and get to anybody in the world. But let me show you how to present yourself. Let me show you how to market yourself, because a lot of property investors haven't come from a marketing or sales or business background. Let me show you how to position yourself with credibility. Um, so that's why it's special and unique. And also, it's distilled 15 years of all of the content that I've coached property investors and business owners through on how to use LinkedIn, because LinkedIn isn't now what it was set up to do. And my background is business development, sales, marketing, business coaching. So it's the sort of streetwise way to use it to serve your outcomes. And that's why I think I've been told it's unique. I can't find anything else in the market globally that's aimed specifically at property investors and developers.
Wow, I know a lot of people who they're going to want to get their hands on this. I can't wait to show a few of my friends because I know it's exactly what they're looking for too. So we have a question that we wanted to ask together, which is what should prop investors, devs expect to achieve if they implement what you teach them in Limpy?
I call property investors or developers because it's very similar. And there's a lot of my clients that started off investing in buy-to-lets and now they're developing small-time developments and
True.
even bigger time developments. I have a very close friend who will build 80 properties, and when he recruits management, project managers, for example, he only uses LinkedIn. Doesn't go out
Wow,
anywhere else to recruit. So that's a powerful part of what
that's
we cover in
massive.
the program as well.
Yeah.
What would they expect to achieve if they implement what they teach? What I say is, I guarantee you will find, connect, and engage. That's my mantra with your ideal contact. And I use that phrase because for salespeople, it's their ideal prospect. But for property investors, I've said it's often they want to find people with cash to invest.
Yeah,
But it
that's true.
could be that they want the professions. I'm living here in southern Spain. When we got
Yeah.
hold of this house that was referred to me through a contact of mine on LinkedIn, I found my Spanish English speaking lawyer and mortgage broker within 24 hours of using LinkedIn.
It's
So
amazing.
you will find and connect with your ideal contact. I also guarantee you'll find, connect, and engage with your ideal contact in a way I can't guarantee because I could reel off and will and do in the course many examples of how people have found their ideal contacts through LinkedIn, but not in a way that we planned. So
Yeah.
if they implement it, it will work, and you'll build your network, and it's a tool for life because we know our network equals our net worth. So
Yes.
however active you are, whether you're using it as a proper integrated marketing system, which if you're consistent in your property development and want to consistently grow that, you should be. But even if you're just very small time on your own, and you should be using LinkedIn just to grow your network. So it suits all
Yeah.
experiences of investor and developer.
Yeah, that's actually incredible. I've got like about 100 more questions to ask you on that now, but I know you're short on time. So I'm going to go for what happens if they don't achieve this. What would
They need
happen?
shooting, but it comes down to, remember I said I originally started in my business as a business coach. I say to
Yes.
people, I don't care what you think about me, and people think
Yeah.
different things. I care about what you go away and do. So one of the
Yeah.
things I've done, and the reason I've done this, because people say, how can you give the time? I will give you unlimited WhatsApp support as you work through the program. Now, it's a short series of videos, and I've had someone do it within 24, 48 hours because the first half is here's what to do to position your profile. And then
Yeah.
here's all the strategies you can do within LinkedIn. Go map out your plan because you're not going to do them all. What you're going to do, what you do this month might be different to what you do 3 months' time. And I've said, if you've got a recruitment need, you can then jump back into it and look at the recruitment section. So I'll give you unlimited support. So if you don't achieve it, and okay, we need to know what your plan is to begin with, I'll work with you till you do. And if I really want to cheat the system, because most people say, well, I'm looking for this person. I have a network of 25,000 connections, and a lot of those are obviously in the property industry. So I'll find you a connection, but I'll help you do it through your LinkedIn because so
Yeah.
they will. The stories, the examples, the case studies that are in there that are on the sales page talk about the results that people have had. Best one, and I've invested in his development. He's now a friend of mine, expat Brit in Portugal. We grew his connections, or he grew his connections by nearly 800 in just 12 weeks of
What?
ideal people that are interested in investing in his developments. So we've also recorded how many so he got nearly 800 connections. More importantly, he had 56 downloads of his investors pack and raised 300 grand within 11 weeks. Those are the numbers.
Okay.
They're on the site. You can read it. You can see it.
Yeah,
And
but
he's now a
I'm going
friend.
to. Okay, I'm going to tell you this, Andy. Everybody knows that right now everyone can write sales pages and make it all up with AI, but this is real, and I think that maybe not now because you're busy, but we need to tell this story properly so people actually understand that this is real. Okay,
Here's
because
something, and
anybody could do this.
I could open the floodgates here, Tina, because I know
Yeah.
this is going out to your audience. But if people connect with me, they immediately grow their second tier connections by my 25,000 first tier, and they can find those people in searches, so they can go knock themselves out and go find people. Now, I use some automated system, so it will automatically accept those people invites and then start to message them. So just to set expectations for your listeners, and I don't mind that. You can go do that because on my profile, you can then see the hundred and something recommendations that I've had from my clients, not just with this course, but with coaching them on LinkedIn and all sorts of things as well. So go have a look at my profile and go have a look at the recommendations on there. But connect with me.
Yeah.
Just be mindful. You're going to get some automated messages. I've written them. And we talk about that in the back end of the course because that's sort of the next steps. Once you've got these basics all in place and you understand the vast different things you can do with LinkedIn, then you can choose which way you want to go depending on you and what you're looking to achieve in your property business.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you something because I know that I learned about LinkedIn about, I don't know, 6 years ago. I was using it similar to you, and then I decided to go off on my Facebook way. And I know that a lot of people who I was paid to help, they had no idea. And you know how a lot of people go, I'm not tech minded, and they go into LinkedIn and they get confused. I even know people who are in marketing, advertising spaces who hate LinkedIn because they find that janky is one word that comes up quite often. So maybe you and I, because you know what it's like when we know something well, it feels simple and we're like going, what do you mean it's simple? Maybe one day you and I can actually show people how they can actually connect with you, because a lot of people think they have to pay to connect with people. Sometimes LinkedIn actually tells you certain, rules and that because they want you to, you understand. So maybe you and I could actually do that together on one call over 2 minutes to show people how simple it would be to actually connect with you so they can see all the things that you do and receive your automated messages to see how cool they are.
Of course, we can. And if they search for my name down here, it's spelt a certain way. My father was Welsh and was proud of the way it was spelt. So am I. I'm half Welsh and
Lovely.
I'm proud. There is
Good.
only one Andy
Celtic's the
Gwynn that
best.
looks like this, who's all about LinkedIn. There are some others in the world, and I've connected with them, and they can just hit connect. Because what was I going to say? You prompted me to say something about it. This is what I cover right at the beginning of Limpy, of the LinkedIn Mastery for Property Investors course. Exactly that. I talk about how LinkedIn was set up and created in 2003. And I was
Yeah.
on it in 2003 because I'd been trained as a business coach, and my trainers and coaches told me to get on it. And I tell the story that how I didn't do anything with it other connect with my peers around the world, and then how I morphed into it. But I talk through what it was originally set up to do and what it's now able to do, and it's
Crazy, isn't
180
it?
degrees poles apart. So it
Yeah.
takes those objections or concerns of people and reframes it because people don't understand
No.
what you can do with LinkedIn. So we talk about that, and it's not social media. Oh, and it's not techie. And I frame up. I'm not a techie. I'm a businessman. So
Yes.
here's how I've used LinkedIn to get property deals, to get finance, to find power teams, whatever it is. And it's my way. It's not the only way. There's lots of other ways to skin that proverbial cat. But if there's anything techie, go Google it. I'm not about the functionality of LinkedIn. There's a lot of things I sort of don't do. LinkedIn is huge. LinkedIn must have people in the bowels of somewhere
Yes.
developing and tweaking stuff for the heck of it. So I give property investors my way of working, because if you're going to get hung up over the detail of LinkedIn's mechanics, it will drive you mad. If you want to
Yeah.
get results and you want to connect with people and then take it offline and do business, then here's my way. And I've had 76-year-old retirees who have got into property investing and then jumped into this and they've picked it up. So it's not about being techie.
Okay, so basically, the answer to this really was you found a simple way of getting what you want from using LinkedIn, and you don't have to learn about how to use LinkedIn. They just need to use your directions and your path, as it were, to get the results that they're actually looking for right now. Can you tell me the four things that you can actually do with Limpy right now that the most investors are actually looking for? This is the reason why you've made this.
Sure, I think I can give you more than that, because in the program you will hear me talk often about there's two sides to LinkedIn. Getting your profile powerful. Your profile has to do three things. Has to get found. People are surfing on LinkedIn, not just searching for you. So if you're not on it, you need to be on it, but it needs to be, what do we say, positioned? What do they say? Optimized to get
Optimize,
found.
yes,
Got to get
optimize.
found. It's got to give value to the reader, because people are looking for value and information and content, and it's got to prove your credibility. And that's important for a property investor nowadays, because there's a lot of them in the marketplace.
Yeah,
Then
a
your
lot.
strategy has to do three things. You've got to learn how to find the people you want to get to, how to connect in the right way, and engage in the right way. That's why people are saying I'm being bombarded, their words, by crappy sales messages, because you've got me on my soapbox now, Tina, and for 20
Have you
years
got time?
I've
Sorry.
preached, it's a very short soapbox. For 20 years, I've preached that people in business should learn to market and sell, and people
Yeah.
don't. And most people have all sorts of stuff about it. So marketing is just about help, sales just about helping people. So you've
Yes.
got to find, connect, and engage in the right way with people, and that's what I teach you on throughout Limpy. So it becomes a conversation. You said earlier, people come to you, people come to me because they can see the value, they know what they want, and we get the conversation. I will show you how to find the people you want to get to and get the conversation offline as quickly as possible. You're rarely going to sell. You're certainly not going to get cash investors give you 300 grand through
No.
LinkedIn. You're going to
No.
take it offline and
Yeah,
get the
we're gonna have to
conversation and
chat
set
with
a
them.
meet with them. So all we're looking to do is get the chat with them. Correct.
Yeah. Actually, one of my mentors says conversations are the fastest path to cash because we've been bombarded by these ideas that you could actually set up a funnel and you're just going to get millions of pounds pouring in. Whereas the reality, only if you've got £1 million or dollars to spend in the first place to actually convince these people through loads and loads of different ways that they could make money off you, and the majority of people couldn't make money anyway. So it's
People
really
will
helpful
find you
with
and
this.
approach you. You'll get the conversation. If you look at my profile, there's not a lot on there about property. There's some. And I had someone years ago approach me, would you be interested in a 7-bed HMO in Plymouth, southern England, a house of multiple occupancy? I said, why have you come to me?
Come
He
to
said,
me.
I've seen
Yeah.
your profile and you look professional. That's what you have to do with your profile. That's what I take you
Okay.
through, even if you're still employed, even if you're new, even if you've got no marketing experience, or even if you've got a level of any of those. I'll show you how to optimize, position your profile to get found, give value, prove your credibility. And then I'll show you all of the ways, and there's dozens, of how you can go and find your ideal contact, connect and engage in the right way.
Yeah, I'm really embarrassed because I know that I don't pay any attention to any of my profiles, and we were looking this week to do so. And because I know that I don't know who I want to create my banner, I know my son will go and do it in Canva, and we muck around. Okay, we waste time on it, and same with all of it. And I know what I should be doing, but because I don't know how to, I go and do something else instead. Okay, I'm a bit lazy, just like most human beings. So. You were just telling me before we came on this call that there was some specific things I could do to actually make myself look better online. I know if somebody met me in person or if someone knows me, they know that I'm a business person. I've had a £1 million portfolio since 2007, all this kind of stuff. I'm a business person. I'm a survivor, I call myself. But online, I look crap. And I'm in video marketing, guys. Yeah, and I help people all over the world actually optimize
Tell you
their
what else
own,
is in it. You asked me, why is Limpy special? What I've also included, there's a section in there on how to write posts, because nowadays everybody's posting because they know they should, but again, they don't know how to post engaging, powerful content. But we've also developed a system. I give anybody who buys Limpy now will get 3 months membership to our post party club. They can go look that up. It's all online on how to boost your posts, but not just that, but all the vault of materials and content on how to write posts that work, how to write posts that get you inbound responses. I give you 3 months membership of that. That's 300 quid's worth of membership because I
Yeah,
want
we're
you to
going to have
see
to
it.
go and
I
deep
want you
dig
to
into that
use
as
it.
well.
And
Okay.
you asked what happens if people don't achieve it. Well, you'll get automated emails on how's it going. And by the way, we have a monthly members call. Anyone who's members of Post Party Club or Limpy, so they can come to the call. They can ask. It's live. They can ask me whatever they like. It's recorded. They can have that, so they can bring. Here's my results, or here's what I'm struggling with, or here's what is in my head, or I want to sit here and actually take what the rest of the peers, our members are giving. That mastermind call I used to charge a lot for, but I'm just bringing my Limpy clients, members into that because people said, why and how can you give the time? First of all, like you said, a lot of people won't ask for help and do it. And I struggle, but that's them. I'm making it as easy as possible. So I can give the time to those that ask and those that say, hey, I've just edited this part of my profile. What do you think? I will give feedback to everybody that asks for that.
Amazing.
But also, I know ultimately I get more business from people in different ways because they'll see other product services I do. But at the very least, I get word of mouth business. I get someone said, my friend's just had your course, done this, achieved this. Can you help me? Of course I can. So I can bring people in to this group. I call it the LinkedIn Mastery Mastermind monthly calls. And they can have those as part, and they have that. They can have that indefinitely, but they can have it certainly for a year, I think. The course, like I said, they could go through the course in 48 hours because they've got the content. They'll then know what to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Or I had someone said, I'm busy, it's taken me a month to go through it. It doesn't matter, it's yours, you revisit it forever. But then let's keep looking at what you're doing, because if you get results, you'll talk about me. You can give me the recommendation. I get word of mouth business. So that's how I can give this amount of involvement with people, because if they're going to buy this and they're going to commit to doing the work in there, and it's not lots of work, it's easy, it's very simple. I'll help them get the results they want, because we all win.
We all benefit, don't we? I see that too. That's how my business in London always worked. Well, I was focused on getting people results because I like to help people. And from that, my business grew exponentially really fast. It was like, I didn't even think about it. But like you say, if there's a saying, isn't there? Help enough people to get what they want, and you get what you want. And the more we can help people, everybody benefits. We have a really good life, and there's a really good world in place. That's why I say it. Right. I'm really conscious of the fact that you said that you didn't have a lot of time. I mean, you and I can do this again. Yeah. And I'm going to go through your business in a box, are you Limpy? And are you okay if I actually record as I go how the results are going and stuff, so we can actually share that with the world too? Because this is so powerful. This is the most powerful thing I've come across. I've spoken to thousands of people on LinkedIn and other businesses too. And as an investor and as a business person, as a marketer, I've never seen anything like this. And it gives me shivers every time we speak, Andy. And that's not just because of your beard.
Yeah.
All right, my lovely.
We will do that. It's great sharing it with you, and look forward to speaking with you soon.
Yeah.